Good morning, afternoon, good evening, everybody, depending on what time you are joining me today. My name is Michelle Wolf, and today we're just going to be doing a very gentle, grounded, little bit of a flow. On Friday nights, I usually teach a candlelight flow, which is generally a lot of seated postures, a couple of standing postures, and then just really winding down from your day or your week. This could even be used in the morning as just a really gentle awakening. So for today, I'm going to offer a lot of modifications. I have a towel, so I'm keeping in mind that most practicing from home and they probably don't have a lot of props, so I just have a regular towel. I have a strap today, but you could use a belt, you can use a scarf, you could use a broomstick technically as well if you didn't have any of the other options. And then I'm going to offer some different modifications using a chair, which you could use a table, a countertop, a chair like this, your dining room or kitchen chair or stool as well. I want to make this accessible for everybody, for every body type, for every ability. So with that being said, let's go ahead and find a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you today. If you do have tight hips, you can always prop up on top of your towel or a pillow or anything just to give yourself a little bit of length. So once you arrive at your seat, you can begin by placing your hands either face down for grounding or palms up to receive energy. Your choice. You can do one of each. And in that case, you'll always have the right palm up, left palm down. Find a tall spine. No need to pull the belly button or anything in yet. Let's just arrive. Let's take a deep inhalation to fill up completely. And exhale, sigh it out of your mouth. Let's do that one more time. And then seal the lips. Lengthen through the crown. And begin just to tap into the rhythm of your breath. As you inhale, notice how your chest begins to expand first, and then your rib cage, and then the low belly. And as you exhale, the low belly contracts first, and then the ribs, and then the chest. And if you want to tap into that a little bit more, you can always bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly so you can really feel that rhythm. Imagining that your breath is like water that we are pouring into a pitcher. And then emptying out of the pitcher. And if you have Ujjayi Pranayama in your practice, you can begin to engage that, which is a slight constriction in the back of your throat. It's very similar to fogging up a mirror. So if you imagine there's a mirror in front of you and you were to go to fog up that mirror. So you keep that slight constriction in the throat, and then seal the lips. And we keep That little bit of a constriction for both the inhalation and the exhalation. Ujjayi breath, Ujjayi pranayama is victorious breathing. We also call it ocean breathing because it sounds like the waves of the ocean flowing in and out of your body. So follow the waves of your breath for the next several rounds of breath here. As we drop in, let everything go. So here, there's nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Just taking time for a little self-care. Let's take 3 more full rounds of breath here. And after your third exhalation, gently return the hands to the tops of the thighs, open the eyes gently. And from here, let's just take the right ear down to the right shoulder, very gently. Breathing in here, so always staying with the breath. Make sure you're drawing the left shoulder down. You'll instantly feel the lengthening down the side. And choosing to stay here or taking the right hand very gently to the top of the head and applying just a little bit of weight, being very mindful not to go too far. You can choose to keep the left hand on the knee. You can always walk the fingertips out to the side. Or if you're really open, you can always bring the hand behind the low back. So take the variation that calls to you and keep drawing the left shoulder down. Let's release the right hand if you still have it on top of your head, and very, very slowly and gently, maybe tip the chin up to the sky. And then bring the chin down towards the armpit. Inhale, bring it back up to the sky. And then bring it down to the armpit. So hold here, chin towards the armpit. Take a big inhalation. Exhale, draw a half moon shape down across the chest and over to the other armpit. Inhale here. Exhale, draw that shape all the way back to the other side. And then gently bring the head and gaze back to neutral. And we'll go to the other side. So left ear, left shoulder. Again, you can choose to take the left hand to the top just for a little gentle weight if that feels okay. And draw the right shoulder down. Always drawing the shoulders into their socket. Taking the arm variation that works best for you on the right side, honoring what your body needs today. And then release it. And then very gently rotate the chin up to the sky, looking up. And then very gently coming down, bringing chin towards the shoulder and armpit. One more round like that. Very, very slowly and gently on, lifting the gaze, and then bringing it back down. Holding here, chin towards the armpit. Take a big inhalation, fill up. Exhale, draw the half moon down and around to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back all the way over. And then gently bring the gaze forward. Let's get into a little bit more shoulder work. We're gonna grab our strap, your scarf, your belt, your broomstick, whatever you need. Any witches out there? And we're gonna take the strap, or wherever you are, take the arms out to a V in front of you. We're gonna bring it up overhead, and you'll find out how wide you need it to be. Drop the shoulders down, so it's almost like you're getting your shoulder blades to kiss. Take a big inhalation. Exhale, bring this down behind you. Doesn't have to go all the way, so we're just squeezing the shoulder blades together. Take a big round of breath here. Now what happens when we're here oftentimes is the rib cage is popped out. So for this next round of breath, pull the rib cage in. Inhale, bring it straight up. Exhale, bring it down in front of you. So if you have a little bit more length to work with, we'll widen the arms. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down a little bit further. Wherever you go is fine. Everybody's shoulders are different. Some people can go all the way down. Some people, this is going to be enough. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it forward. So maintain a little bit of tension here. So we're getting all through the shoulder girdle. Inhale it up. Exhale, bring it down to wherever you can. Inhale it up. Exhale it forward. One more round like that. Inhale it straight up. Exhale, bring it down. Now inhale, bring it up. So again, draw the shoulders into their sockets, and then exhale, dip over to the right. So let the right hand fall down a little bit more, bringing the left arm up. Again, keep the shoulder out of the ear, so we always want to draw that down. Inhale through center. Exhale left. One round of breath here. Inhale through center. One more each side. Exhale here. One round of breath. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. One round of breath here. Inhale through center. Let's just release the strap for now. Shake out the shoulders, shake out the arms. And then we're gonna roll over our knees. Let's find a brief child's pose. So I'm gonna show you from both sides. So our big toes are gonna touch. Knees open wide if you wanna get more into the hips. Knees come together if you would like to get into the low back. And then send the hips back. Forehead comes down if it can reach. Arms go out in front of you. Even here, checking to make sure that your shoulders are not all the way up in your ears. Draw the shoulders down. Maybe you roll your third eye onto the floor, massaging out the forehead. And breathe. Drawing the hips towards the heels. 3 more rounds of breath here. Last one. And then on the next inhalation, we're going to begin to walk the hands up. We're going to come into a tabletop position. And I'm going to offer a couple different options here. So for those of you who have a practice, we're going to tuck the toes under, pull the belly button into the spine, inhale and exhale, find a downward facing dog. So in your downward facing dog, if this is what we're doing today, you want to make sure the ears are in line with the shoulders, but you don't want the shoulders to touch the ears. So draw the triceps out and around toward your face, pulling the shoulder blades onto your back, head between the arms. You can keep the knees bent if you need to, or straighten the legs and maybe pedal out your legs if you're here. And for those of you who don't feel comfortable in a downward facing dog, this is where you can bring a chair in, where you take the hands to the chair. You have to find the stance that works with your body, and then just allow your body, your ears to drop between the arms, arms lengthen. Pull the belly in, pull the rib cage in. So length to the spine here. For those of you in downward facing dog, we're going to inhale, come forward through a plank pose. Exhale, just drop the hips, looking up. So if you need to come down a little bit, you can. Tuck your toes, inhale, find your downward facing dog. Exhale here. Inhale, come forward through plank. Hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down dog. Take 3 breaths in your down dog. If you're using the chair, you can still do this, the little modification. So if you're here in the chair, you would inhale, come up. Exhale, drop the hips in. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Good. Take 3 more rounds of breath here. Good. Inhale, bring the knees down, open them wide. Exhale one more time, come into a child's pose. 3 rounds of breath in child's pose. And on the 4th inhalation, begin to walk ourselves up. Let's shift the hips around. We're going to find a seat. This is where we're going to use our towel. So I like to take my towel or blanket, whatever you have, and we're going to roll it up. It doesn't have to be a long roll. This is going to be entirely up to you. Little sushi roll, cigar roll, whatever roll is your choice, whatever you like to roll up. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place this on our mats going horizontally. Yeah, it's kind of awkward with the camera. And we're just going to roll ourselves down all the way down onto this. You can keep the feet out long, or you can bring the soles of the feet together. opener for you. If this does not feel good on your back, either make the roll smaller, or you can always take the roll up to just underneath of your shoulder blades. So ladies, this would be around the bra line for you. Guys, just the tips of the shoulders. So you choose which variation feels best on your body today. And breathe. You don't have to have a lot of expensive props at home to be able to make modifications. You can get really creative with what we have. Take 3 more rounds of breath here. After your 3rd round of breath, bring the knees to close and then roll over onto one side just for a moment. Just allowing the back to kind of neutralize from that opening. And then we're going to push ourselves up. Good. So after an opening like that, it's good to go in the opposite way. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. And I'm going to leave this up to you as to which version you would like today. You can either bring the feet really close to the groin, which is going to get more in the inner thigh, or bring the feet out a little bit further, which is going to get a little bit more in the sides of the legs. Wherever you are, it's really important that as we breathe in, we lean forward with a flat back. And then you can come down as far as it feels comfortable in your body. This might be enough. We just want to avoid going like this, because you can see here that I've got a little bit of pinching and compression here in my spine. So inhaling, lifting up first, and then coming forward to your level or your degree. Once you come as far as you can, then you can round the head down, chin to chest, and you'll feel the line of fascia going down the back body. So it doesn't matter if you're here or if your head is all the way into your feet. Take it to the level that your body needs today. And even here, the pelvis is slightly tilting forward. So again, no compression in the low back. And if this is still too difficult for you and you're really not feeling it, you can always take something to your seat and prop your hips up on that. Take 3 more big rounds of breath here. And then we'll slowly come up, keeping the legs where they are, wherever that is. Take the right hand behind you. Left hand reaches over towards the calf, the knee, thigh. Inhale, lengthen through the crown first. Pull the belly in. And then exhale, slowly twist over to the right. So dropping the right shoulder down. Don't let the right shoulder creep up. Bring it down. And take the gaze to wherever feels good on your neck. So it can be here, or you can slowly begin to look over the right side. Let's inhale, come through center, and we'll switch to the other side. So left hand behind you, right hand on left leg. Lengthen first, and then exhale, begin to twist. Once again, taking the gaze wherever it feels comfortable. Three more rounds of breath here. And then slowly unwind. We'll cross the legs for a moment. Try to bring the opposite foot on front or on top. It's a little awkward, but it's good for your brain. So let's take a few circles just to kind of warm up the abdomen a little bit. So inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, shift over to the left and then come forward. Inhale as we go back. Exhale to come forward, leading with the heart. So you can make these circles as big or as small as your body needs. Maybe close your eyes. You can dip your shoulders in more to get your shoulders in. Whatever feels good. Take 2 more rounds wherever you are. And then come all the way up. This time we're going to inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, go to the other side. Again, just feeling what it feels like to move this way. Making it as big or as small as you want. And if it feels awkward for any reason, that's good. Pay attention to it. We're challenging our brain, challenging our body to do different things. Take 2 more rounds here. Good. And then come up to a tall spine. We're going to roll over onto hands and knees again. We're going to find a tabletop. We want the knee to be under the hip, the wrist to be underneath of the shoulder. So when you're looking forward, your knee should be about hips width distance apart or 1.5 to 2 fist distance apart. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, squeeze the shoulder blades together. As you exhale, press into the palm, round in, arch the spine. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. As you inhale, imagine the backs of your hips are trying to touch the back of your head. And as you exhale, round in, arch up. 2 more rounds. Looking towards the exhale. And then come to a neutral spine. Let's walk the hands pretty far in front of you. Inhale, and then exhale. Keep the hips high as you send the forehead down. So again, shoulders out of the ears. You can keep the forehead down, or if you have a really open back, be gentle on the neck. You can always bring chin to the floor and look up. Anahatasana, melting heart pose. No pressure on the neck. No pressure anywhere. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, come back up. Walk the hands back underneath of the shoulders. We're going to take the left leg and cross it over the right knee. So this is a little tricky. If this doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, and that's okay. So we're going to splay the legs out, trying to see if we can get the legs towards the front of our mat. And then very carefully, you can choose to stay here because maybe you already feel it, or see if you can rise up. It's a little bit of a balance challenge. Yeah, if you need to hold on to something, you can grab the chair or whatever you have near you. So from here, the right hip wants to go back, the left hip wants to go forward. You want to see if we can't bring that neutral. Take a big breath in. Maybe staying here, maybe hands come to heart center. Take it to where you need to, and then very gently, let's sit down. You can sit onto a block, a blanket, or your towel. If this crossing your legs is not accessible, then we're gonna take the bottom leg and bring that leg straight. All right. Left knee over top, or whatever knee was on top before. So from here, again, doesn't matter if you're here or here, doesn't matter. Just make sure wherever you are, both hip bones are rooted into the mat. So grabbing a hold very gently of the front knee, inhale, lift the heart. Lead with your heart as you begin to fold in. Doesn't matter how far you fold. The most important thing is that your hips are rooted and you're leading with your heart. This is a pretty big hip opener. It's called cow face pose or shoelace. There's a lot of pose. I don't always use the Sanskrit name, especially when I'm teaching beginners or people who are not, or are new to yoga, or are not super into it, because sometimes Sanskrit can be a little intimidating. So I often use the English words just to make it a little more accessible. Take 3 more rounds of breath wherever you are. Always following the breath. One more round. And then to come out of this, you can either just take that leg around and come back into a tabletop, or you can roll right over top, uncross the legs. There's no wrong way to do this. So find your tabletop position. Let's just take one cat-cow. So drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round it in. And then from your tabletop, we're going to cross the opposite knee on top. So right knee on top. Again, kicking out the legs to the side so that you provide some room. And then find what you need to find the rise that you can, right? And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's okay. And again, we're gonna try to draw the back hip forward, left hip, or it's the right hip back, left hip forward. Maybe hands come to heart center. Maybe you wanna reach nice and tall. It's your choice what works in your body. Blocks, chair, wall, anything you need to stabilize yourself. Take another big breath in, and then exhale, lower it down. So again, hip bones must be rooted. We don't want to put our sacrum out of place. So if that means straighten the leg, straighten the leg. So lift through the heart, and then exhale, lead with the heart. You get a little bit of a different stretch with the legs straight, but it doesn't matter. You get what your body needs. And every body is shaped differently. We put stress in our body in different ways. We hold stress in different places. So this is really about you and getting the nurturing that you need. It doesn't matter how it looks. Yoga is not about the external. It is about really going inside. The postures are just to prepare us for meditation. But even the postures can be a meditation. So take 3 more big rounds of breath wherever you are. And then when you're done, we're gonna come forward again, tabletop one more time. So again, you can come out that way or just send the legs around. And then we're gonna find a couple cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, or maybe you wanna play around with opposite breath. So maybe I inhale as I arch the spine, and then exhale, drop the belly. And then maybe we just make other movements. So maybe we make a C curve in the spine, going one way and then the other. Maybe we roll into the spine, making circles with the torso. If you're making circles, make sure you go in the opposite way. We're just getting into all of the pieces. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead and come all the way down onto the belly. We're going to take the hands out to the side, off of the mat or wherever you are. You can come up onto the fingertips or the palms. So elbows are kind of stacked over the wrists. The wrist can be out a little bit more depending on your shoulder. So bring the head down to the mat. Press the toes into the mat. And then press the hips into the mat. The pelvis presses down so that you're protecting the low back. As you inhale, lift through the back of the heart, rolling it up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll it up, and then drop the right shoulder down towards the middle. Inhale, bring that shoulder back. Exhale, left shoulder dips in. Inhale, come up. One more each side. Bring it up. Exhale in. Good. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, come all the way down. Hands come by the side. Lay the cheek to one side. So from here, keeping the hands down, keeping the chest down, we're gonna squeeze the legs, engage all the muscles in the legs, bring the third eye to the mat. And as you inhale, lift the legs off the mat. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale down. One more round. And then switch the gaze to the other side. Bring the forehead back down to neutral. Press the pelvis into the mat. Keep the hands planted, or maybe you hover, it's up to you, but squeeze the shoulder blades together. And as you inhale, gently roll the heart up off the mat. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, roll it up. Keep the head nice and long. Don't pitch the neck. Exhale, roll it down. One more like that. Good. Now from here, we're going to squeeze, engage all the muscles. And on our next inhalation, we're going to try to lift everything off the mat. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, reach it up. Maybe stay here for the exhalation. Maybe bring the arms out to the side. Pretend you're Superman, whatever it is. Inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, come down. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your head on the palms. If you need to release the low back, you can bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs side to side. Release the legs down, hands come under shoulders. Let's push it back, downward facing dog. And then inhale, come up to the knees just for a moment. Oh, haha. Or come down to your knees. I do have a victim today working with me. So from downward facing dog, you're here. You come down to the knees. Let's sit back. Let's take our little roll. Again, if you have your roll, if not, we can remake it. And we're gonna come lying down onto this roll. So I like to bring it right about just below the belly button. So I probably shouldn't have wore black with a black towel, but so just about below the belly button. And what we're gonna do, you'll know where it is. We're just gonna lay down. You can rest the hands in your head and breathe. So as you breathe, just go ahead and release. And as you breathe, feel your belly expanding. Take a few more rounds of breath here. Now in this posture, sometimes this can bring up feelings of fight or flight. We're pressing on the bladder. We're pressing on these internal organs, but this is a really good thing to do in the springtime, anytime really. But it's about time to detox and to cleanse our body. So twists are excellent for that. And this is an excellent practice to be able to begin that process. 3 more rounds of breath. Feeling the expansion and contraction. Stay with it. You might be able to feel your own pulse. And then hands come under your shoulders, tuck your toes, push through tabletop, find your downward facing dog or child's pose. If you're in a downward dog, maybe bend one knee and then the other. It's our last downward dog of practice. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale to bring the knees down. Exhale. Shift the legs around, coming all the way down to a seat. Shift the hips forward and roll it all the way down onto your back. Good. Bring one knee in and then the other. Give yourself a big squeeze. Take the right foot down, cross left ankle over right knee, flex the left foot, and then reach in between the legs for the back. Pulling this for a figure 4. So you can choose how far you want to come into this posture. You can even lift that leg up to the sky if it feels good. And breathe. Just keep that foot flexed to protect the knee joint. Good. Release the hands, bring the right foot down, uncross the legs, and switch it out. So right foot goes over the left knee, flex the toes, and then bring the left leg in, giving yourself, deciding if you want the foot straight in the air, or maybe even grabbing a hold of the shin if you have open hips. Just make sure that foot stays flexed to protect the knee joint. Release the legs, bring the knees into the chest. Send the left leg nice and long. And then the right knee is squeezed in. So really pull it in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Once again, we're getting into our digestive organs here. As you squeeze in the right side, you're getting into your ascending colon. So squeeze, bring it in as tight as you can, and then release that leg. Take a round of breath here. Bring the left knee into the chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as tight as you can. We're getting the descending colon. Squeeze it in, and then release, letting the blood come back in. This time, bring both knees into the chest together and bring them in as tight as you can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And we have our transverse colon. One more big squeeze in, and then exhale, release, legs out long. That is called wind relieving pose. So if you break wind, it worked, as my old yoga instructor used to say. Last time, let's bring both knees into the chest. Squeeze the knees together, and then drop the knees over to the right, trying to keep the knees stacked. If they come apart, that's okay. Again, everybody is different. You can open that top arm out to the side, taking the gaze where it's comfortable. Pull the belly button in to support the low back. Inhale, knees up to the sky. Exhale, switch it out, go to the other side. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, we're gonna set up for our final resting posture. I'm gonna give you a couple of options. So if you need to make any more movement before you come into a resting pose, please take that now. Otherwise, there are 3 options for Shavasana today. Traditional Shavasana, you're gonna just rest, opening up as much as you can on the floor, laying arms out, legs out, close down the eyes. You can choose to You can choose to bring the legs into the chair and go for a legs up the wall version. This feels really nice on the low back. Or you can come straight to a wall. And go all the way for your legs. So yogi's choice. Make your way into that variation that you're going to take today. Close down your eyes. Take one final body scan. Starting from the crown, going all the way down. And then just release. Begin to deepen your breath. Slow connection with your body. And as your breath deepens, begin to make small movements to wake yourself up. Maybe touching your thumb to each fingertip, your toes, rolling out the wrists, and gradually let and eventually bring the knees into your chest. Side in the seed position. And then plant the hands, gently push your way back up to a seat. We're going to bring the hands together at heart center, and we're going to do a little energy practice that I like to end my class with. So begin to rub the hands together until you feel heat. Get them nice and warm. And then open the hands up as if you were holding a ball. You can have your eyes closed or open and bring all of your awareness and focus to the space between your hands, to this little energetic beach ball. Give it a color, whatever color comes to mind. There is no wrong answer. And just feel your heart energy going into this space. Maybe expanding and contracting the hands to see if you can feel pressure or tingling. If you don't, it's okay, it's still there. And then take this ball and bring it inside your body, anywhere that you feel needs healing. And breathe in the energy that you've just brought together. And when you feel like you've absorbed all of that, hands return to heart center. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you as we are reflections of each other. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, hit subscribe, and the notification bell. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and check out our website, ceremonyhealing.com. We love you.